So today I have a wonderful guest with me. I know a lot of you want to migrate, you want to come to Canada, you want to go to Australia, US and all that, but you guys did not know that there are other hidden gems in Europe that people can easily migrate to and still get the same benefits that they can get in Australia, Canada, US, and all that. So today I'm bringing a special guest with me, and she'll be telling us everything you need to know about this beautiful country that we're going to talk about. So if this is the kind of content you want to see, don't go anywhere. And remember, I am not an agent. Anything I share here or the people I bring into my channel is based on their personal experience. So it's left for you to also research before you do anything. Okay, guys? So I will allow her to introduce herself. Get your pen and paper and you would enjoy this, okay? So welcome to my channel. Thank you for accepting to do this with me. I really appreciate. May we know you? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, thank you so much, Uche. It's really a privilege to be on your channel. Okay, I'm Doris, or people call me Biobi as my channel name. I live in Portugal and studied in Portugal. Yes. And my YouTube channel name is what you can see on the screen. Okay. I talk about studies in Portugal, most especially, and also everything you need to know in Europe. Yes.
So guys, you have heard from her. So by the time this video would finish, please go and subscribe to her channel. I promise you will get all the information you need from her channel. So let us start asking her this question because I know she's ready for us. So my number one question is, I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, you can migrate to Portugal and you can come to Portugal to school. Is it true? Can you tell us about this so our viewers can know and just give us a hint about Portugal?
Yes, thank you so much, Uche. Yes, it's true. A lot of people are getting to know Portugal. I think last 4 years when we migrated, myself and my family, when we migrated to Portugal, at first, when I hear anything about Portugal, I'm always skeptical. I'm always like, Portugal? No. Portugal is not what we used to think. Portugal has been silent. So when I started getting some benefits, so I now said I had to start a YouTube channel to tell people that no, Portugal is not this. Portugal is actually a place where you can study. It's a place where you can try to raise a family or build a family. So Portugal is a place to be. It's a place where you would love to even visit as a tourist. And a lot of people are discovering Portugal. And so I talk about Portugal.
What does it take to migrate to Portugal?
There are different ways at which you can come into Portugal. Like myself and my family, we came in through the study visa. We also have the D2 visa, which is the independent professional. We also have the D7 visa. You also have the tourist visa, which is the Shengen visa that people usually talk about. So there are various ways at which people can migrate to Portugal, but the best I would usually advise people to go through, and which is I see it as being easier for people that we in Nigeria we have the high class, we have the middle class, and we have the low class. The class that I feel that one can actually pass through is the study visa. Yes, because if you look at the steps or what it takes to move to Portugal through the study visa, it's really worth trying. Yes.
Okay. How can a student get admission? Or can you give us the process, the guideline? If I want to come to Portugal to study, what are the process, the guidelines that I need to go through to get accepted in any university in Portugal?
Okay, the first thing you need to do is to get your passport. A lot of people feel, yes, because I have a good grade, then I can go, I can try, or maybe applying to any school, it's meant for the high class. No, as long as you have a passport, that is the number one. When you have your passport, get your transcript. Your transcript is really, really important. Of course, before now, you do not have to legalize your document. When I mean legalizing your document, they want to confirm, they want to verify if you actually graduated from school, you are presenting the transcript. And your transcript shows your scores, what you had in your BSc or what you had in your master's. So then, when you have your transcripts ready, what you need to do, most importantly, is to search for a school. People do not want to search for a school. And it's so easy. And do you know one thing, Uche? We are in an era of internet where you can search those things by yourself. Go to the computer. What you need to do is universities in Portugal. You will see Google will list out all the universities. Then a lot of people would say Portugal is they study in language. Of course, yes. Even in the course I studied, it was in language, but they help international students. And also there are some schools that would also teach in English. It's not all in Portuguese language. So search for a school. Once you get the school, go and know if there is a course that you want to study. Do it by yourself. Okay. Don't begin to say, I need to pay someone. And one thing I love about Portugal is they are straightforward. Okay. Did you hear that? I said they are straightforward. It's something that you can just go there, go to the department. Once you get to the school, everything is on computer. Go to the department there on the screen, and you have a contact where you can reach out to the HOD. And one good thing about them is they are responsive. Once you send message to them, they respond to you. And most people don't know this technique. Take, for example, on Friday, you want to send a message. You are now sending message on a Friday. Friday, you go to the weekend, and by the time, mails would come in. All these jobs would have filled. Yes. Once you send message to them, it would have covered up. And most of these professors, they might not even put on. But like Monday morning or Tuesday morning, you're sending a message like that, the professor would see it and would be like, yes, I need to respond. And they would definitely respond to you. I've helped a lot of students where I'm not studying the course, but I send message to them and the professors would respond to me. So search for a school, search for the course, and know if it is obtainable. If the course will be in Portuguese, then write a message to the professor and tell them, oh, excuse me, ma, I'm an English speaker. Would this course be taught in English? They would respond to you. If it's something that they would not teach in English, they would respond to you. And I would not advise anyone. I studied in Portuguese. I don't understand Portuguese. So the time that I'm meant to use to work, I would use it to study. So I would not advise anyone, if you're in Nigeria or India or Pakistan, because we are mostly here, don't go for a Portuguese class where they will teach Portuguese. If they tell you they are going to make provision for English speakers, then go for it. They are going to help you and you will be best. Yes. Okay. So get a school, know the course, and speak to someone in the department. That's the process. It's all simple. And most application fee in Portugal, they are like 50 to 70 euro, although there is a school that collects 20 euros, but mostly it's from 50 to 70 euros. Then you go with it. I'm sure you want to ask me how much is the ranges of their school fees. Yes. I think Portugal is one of the cheapest schools that people from third countries, which we belong, can easily apply. The ranges are from 2,000, 2,500 to 5,000, 6,000. Yes. So I think it's really on a good side. That is in euros. I know a lot of our viewers might want to ask this question, so I'm asking on their behalf. So for you to get admission to a Portuguese university, do you need to write any English tests for it, or you can use your transcript and your university certificate just like that? Like UK, how they would say we would use your SSCE. Yes, thank you, Uche. In Portugal, Nigerians are seen as English speakers. So
Okay.
they do not ask for English exam, either TOEFL or IELTS, although
Okay.
it's a requirement there. Once you inform them that your lingua franca is English,
English.
they allow. Or there are some schools that would insist. What you need to do, get, I think, a letter from the previous, whether from your university that you finished
Yes.
from, that you were taught in English. Just
In
a simple
English.
line that all your courses were taken in English, and
Okay.
so you can write and speak fluently in English. You don't need to write a big just their stamp from the school. That is all. You don't
Yes.
need any
Okay.
IELTS. You don't need any. I've not seen any school that asks any Nigerian to submit an English.
Okay, so that's good to know about Portugal. Guys, you guys are hearing this. Like I said, there's a lot of hidden countries that we need to start looking at, you know. Yes, all of us want to move abroad, but let us not just all follow the famous countries that we know. So before we allow our wonderful guests to go, I would like you to also tell us any benefits we can get from Portugal, anything. Just tell us about the place so maybe people can also motivate to use that your experience to apply for studies. If they finish studies, what is the working condition? Do they have like students working hours? How is their transiting from student visa to getting residency? Is it that easy?
Thank you, Uche. I love this question very well because also when we planned to come to Portugal, I also asked the same question. I asked what are the benefits if I come and I come and learn language. Okay. So the number one thing, aside from studying, yes, most people would come in through study, but the opportunity to work if I leave my country, I leave my job, if I come down to Portugal, can I work? Yes, in Portugal, students can work. Although it is stated in their policy that a master's student can work for 20 hours. But when we came down here, I found out that for example, myself, the time I take my courses are Thursdays and Fridays. So I had opportunity that the Thursday would be by 12 p.m. So I have opportunity to work from Monday to Thursday morning. So I calculated the hour. It was even more than 20 hours. And I got a full-time job. A full-time job. As a Nigerian, I found that even with that 20 hours, I can even work more than the 20 hours. There are some people also that their courses are in the evening from 6 to 9 every day. Yeah. So those people, would you stay at home? If I work from 9 to maybe 5, since classes start by 6, then I go for my classes. So as a master student, you can work for 20 hours. But if you have the strength to work for a full time, then go for it. But for a PhD student, what you are having, the kind of visa, the kind of permit they give to them, it's not student visa. I think they give them a work visa. A work permit.
That's good.
Yes, they give them, the PhD, they can work for 24 hours, however they want to do it. So it's one benefit. Another benefit that the Portuguese don't joke with is the reunification. They respect families. They love families. They don't joke with it. It's like you're right. Once you come in and you're married, you're dependent. People that are under you, your husband, your wife, if you're a lady, you're a man, your wife, your children, they are your dependents. You can bring them. So immediately you get your resident permit, you can apply for a family reunification. It's your right. It's something that it is your own. So that is another benefit. Another benefit is the healthcare system. I love this one. As a student, I think I need to tell the story. There was a time that I was sick and I was admitted at the hospital. And then I came in through my husband. I wasn't the one. It was through after 4 months, he came into Portugal. He brought us into Portugal. So I was sick immediately. I came probably because of the malaria, and I was really sick to the extent that I couldn't walk. So they had to carry me from the house. So when we got to the hospital, I was like weak, and when they revived me, and I was scared. I was like, hey, my husband is a student. This one, we are spending Nigerian money. I was like, I'm okay, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I need to go. But within me, I wasn't fine. But I was already calculating the money we were going to spend. So what I did, I now called a nurse that speaks English because their language is Portuguese. So I called the nurse. I told the nurse that I should please, that I want to go home, that my husband, we are spending Nigerian money on it. She was like, no, it's free. I said, you mean it's free? Even the food to your own this. In fact, I was telling them that I don't want food, I don't want meat, so that they will not calculate all the money to my Niger. Yes, I was scared because looking at the hospital everywhere to shop, I was already calculating with money, not knowing that everything was free. I said including students, dependent, because I was a dependent. I'm still under my husband. Lastly, I want to talk about this work permit. As a student in Portugal, hear this. If you are trying to come into Portugal, you are expected to leave Portugal after your study. The only condition that can keep you back in Portugal is if you get work contract. I advise people immediately you come into Portugal, try to get a job. Once you get the job, it is that job that can keep you so that you can renew your residence card, because they give 1 year resident permit. You have to renew. But of recent, I saw that a master's student, they were given 3 years permit. And so what you need to do is to immediately get a work. Immediately after your first year, for those that don't want to work, the second year where you'll be writing your thesis, please get a job. It's really important. That is the only thing that can keep you back in Portugal. So that when you're going to SEF is like immigration body. When you go to SEF, it is that contract that you can present and change your student, because a master's student is having a student permit. Unlike a PhD student, PhD students would have a work permit. So it is, you can now, once you now get that job, you can now change it immediately. It's really, really important. At the end, you don't say, I don't know. And also for children, the education is free. Okay. And they also feed them in the school. As a student, you have to go to, they call it Camara. You have to go there to register so that they are feeding. Because they feed them in the school. So they are feeding, you can register them and you don't need to pay for their feeding. And everything is free for students. I think students have a lot of benefits, a lot. That what you get in the UK, you can also get it in Portugal. Oh, thank you for giving us all these insights. You guys have heard everything from her. So quickly run now to go to her YouTube channel. She has a lot of content about how you can study in Portugal, how you can live and strive in Portugal and other European countries. So you need to check her out, guys. She is really loaded. And if you have any questions, you can either drop it here or you can also drop it in her channel. She will be happy to answer your questions. So thank you so much for honoring this. And I know a lot of people would have benefited from all this that you have mentioned here. I really appreciate your time, and thank you guys, our viewers, for also tuning in. Like I said, please subscribe to both of our channels and do not miss out on this opportunity to study in Portugal. All right. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.